market every day, we see it, therefore there's nothing unusual. It is extraordinary. Never before or never elsewhere in the world have we seen such ability to coexist, to respect the diversity, to absorb influences from each other. The second thing that occurs to me, when we talk about making change, making a difference, when we talk about moral rearmament, what is this morality business? Again, let me go back 2,500 years ago. Plato, in his Republic, he said, if philosophers are kings, and if kings are philosophers, then there will be no need for laws. Because after all, if the king himself is the philosopher, and the philosopher himself is the king, then he knows what is best for the people. But Plato realized later that you cannot be sure that a philosopher would actually become a king. There is a danger that a crook may become a king. B, if a philosopher does become a king, there is no guarantee that he'll remain a philosopher, because power has a way of corrupting all of us. C, if he did remain a philosopher, it still does not guarantee positive outcomes, because you have to really deal with millions of people, their beliefs, their actions, their motives. And therefore, you require a system of laws, institutions. So what is this morality about that requires either a philosopher king or a system of laws? To my mind, the simplest definition would be that each of us is free to pursue our self-interest. If you have a dream, or you must have a dream, I hope you all have dreams, then you must pursue the dream. You want to be a doctor, you want to be an artist, you want to be a social worker, you want to be a public administrator, you want to run a business, you want to be an architect, a number of things, anything. But if my pursuit of personal gain, personal advancement, always runs counter to society's interest, if life is seen as a zero-sum game, that I gain only when somebody else loses, then that is evil. We saw that beautiful depiction of the triumph of evil over good. What is evil really? Evil is when my gain is at the cost of somebody else's pain. Good is that my gain and somebody else's gain are not contradicting each other. They coexist. Individual gain and societal good, if they coexist, then that is good. There's no grander definition to my mind. We don't have to think of some great acts of piety and extraordinary wisdom. Simple common sense. But we realize that not everybody is endowed with this sense of morality. A Mahatma Gandhi may have a moral compass. And Nelson Mandela may have one. Many other human beings that we know do have that moral compass. But sadly, a significant majority of people would be swayed depending on the circumstances. If the temptation is strong enough, if the opportunity is great enough, if the reward is compelling enough, if the risk is minimal, there is a chance that many people stray. And that's why we require a system of laws. Whether it is in society, or through religion, or through government. A great man called, a great liberal, Gladstone, he said the purpose of a government is to make it easy for people to do good and difficult to do evil. To make it easy for people to do good and difficult to do evil. If good behavior is consistently rewarded, and bad behavior is consistently punished, then the chances are that most of the people tend to behave in a sensible manner. If the contrary is true, if good behavior is not only not rewarded but is actually penalized, if bad behavior is not only not punished but is actually rewarded extravagantly, then the chances are that the bulk of the people tend to behave in a societally unproductive way. Take a simple example of your college days. There is a bright young person, very ethical, very moral, very upright, very principled. Let's take the example of a college kid. Let's say there's a beautiful girl going on the road in front of the college. Now, this boy is also going on the road. Most certainly the boy would look at the girl, right? If he doesn't, then there's something wrong with the boy. But if he's a good guy, he would go no more. He would not cross that line, because he realizes if he crosses the line, then his sister at home, his mother at home, they're not safe any longer. There is that instant calculus. That's the good guy. He doesn't require to be coerced into good behavior. But let's say there's another guy who doesn't care a damn what happens. Instant gratification is what he seeks. He has a desire, he has to go and touch her, hold her hand, do whatever. Consequences be damned. He can only be controlled by coercion. Either he must be slapped by the girl,